Shall we pray? Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed office of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we ask you to behold with your abundant favors us your servants, whom you have pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country, and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
General business, communication from the chair.
Good afternoon, honorable members. Welcome to day number 4 of our meeting. Honorable members, I have 2 announcements to make. The first one is to inform honorable members of the business committee that there will be a business committee meeting during health break in the speaker's boardroom. The second announcement, honorable members, the office of the Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi wish to inform the House that we have received a delegation from the Parliament of the Gambia who are undertaking a study visit to our Parliament from Monday 16 February to Friday 20 February 2026. The delegation is composed of members of the Assembly Business Committee of the Parliament of the Gambia, the Clerk of Parliament, and the table clerks. It is led by the Right Honorable Fabakari Tumbongi Jata, Speaker of the Republic of the Gambia. Honorable members, the Speaker wishes to notify the House that it has pleased the Speaker of the Gambia to address our August House tomorrow, Thursday, 19 February 2026, as we start business from 9:30 a.m. This address is in line with Standing Orders 47C, Standing Order 196, and Standing Order 198. The Speaker, therefore, wishes to request all members to be present in this chamber during the time when the visiting Speaker of the Gambia will be addressing the August House as our distinguished foreign dignitary. Honorable members, this marks the end of my announcement. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Honorable member for Nkata Bay Central, what has gone out of order? Honorable member, you can try to move forward.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much and good afternoon. I want to request the leader of the House to do a roll call looking at most members on the opposite side, they are not in the House, whether the Honorable Member for Doha East may have an explanation, but I wish to request for a roll call. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Leader of the House, you have been mentioned. Do you have anything to comment? Thank you.
Second, Deputy Speaker, I do appreciate the call by my honorable colleague, who happens to be my own member, on the need for a roll call. We are still early in the session. Perhaps we encourage members to be coming here in good time. I did appeal at the very beginning that we need to improve on our attendance into the House. For today, let us continue with the debate. But if tomorrow or day after tomorrow the numbers appear to be not impressive, then we will be compelled to go for a roll call. I submit, Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Leader of the House. Thank you. Honorable Member for Mwanza Central, what has gone out of order?
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Is it in order to indicate that because of the gaps in the opposite side, not mentioning that UTM has over 80% of its members in the House? Is it in order? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Mwanza Central. Indeed, Honorable Members, I have seen within the UTM, they are almost 90%, so opposition leadership is a block. That is why the Honorable Member was trying to seek the attention of the Speaker, whether it is in order for the opposition not to be here in their majority. Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Table clerk.
Government business, item 3A, motion on the President's address. That this House do agree with the address graciously delivered by His Excellency the President, Professor Athavulirana Mutharika, on Friday, 13th February 2026. Continuation of general debate.
Takers on the floor. I recognize the Honorable Member for Zomba Matia. Is it Zomba Matia?
Zomba City South.
Zomba City South. Honorable Member, you have 10 minutes according to Standing Order 190. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for giving the wonderful people of Zomba City South the opportunity to comment on the State of the Nation address. Second Deputy Speaker, the title of the State of the Nation address delivered by His Excellency the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, is The Path to Economic Recovery, a people-centered development. Second Deputy Speaker, when you see that title, it's very clear what the President wants to do for us in this country. And that is economic recovery, and at the same time making sure that the people are at the center of that economic recovery. The people are supposed to participate in the economic recovery, but at the same time also benefit from this economic recovery. Therefore, we might use all jargon that we can use in economics, but I think the judge is usually the people out there. We are talking about economic stabilization, and to the ordinary Malawian, they would want to see some things that are supposed to mean economic stabilization. And in this case, availability of fuel, for example. People are able now to fuel their vehicles without queuing, and the Kabaza boys are able to run around to make money for their families. And all minibus operators are able to make resources because fuel is now available. This is the effect of Kulukuta Moyo. When he says economic stabilization, this is what he means. Availability of food. President Peter Mutharika has flooded this country with food, both from within as well as from without. This is what the people out there are saying. The food is now available, the price of maize is coming down, and this is economic recovery. Money in circulation. This is what people want, so that they should have cash in their pockets for them to be able to do their day-to-day activities. Therefore, as we move forward in terms of economic stabilization, we know that there's still work to be done, especially on availability of forex. And we shouldn't expect a miracle, because that side of government has put us in this quagmire because of mismanagement for the past 5 years. Professor Peter Mutharika is on the path of making sure that our economy comes back on the deathbed. He has mentioned in the SONA that inflation is reducing. The economic growth is rising and projected to grow by 2027. This is the magic that Professor Peter Mutharika is bringing to our country. I would like to also mention under agriculture that affordable fertilizer, most of us in our constituencies, especially the vulnerable populations, have been able to afford the 10,000 kwacha fertilizer, and they have received and used it. The food distribution, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to the vulnerable populations is currently underway because of Professor Peter Mutharika. As I've said, Professor Peter Mutharika is also making sure that our households are food secure. And I'd like to also implore on the minister, the able Minister of Agriculture, that as we continue to prepare for the next farming season, early enough, we should also remember to prioritize irrigation farming, because using rain-fed agriculture only, we only be yielding harvest only once a year. But if we also add irrigation agriculture, we are going to remind people that this is a DPP in Yake Chimanga. Second Deputy Speaker, I would also like to remind all of us as parliamentarians that the transformation of our country cannot go forward without industrialization. Therefore, Professor Peter Mutharika has mentioned that he's transforming our country from predominantly consuming and importing country to a predominantly producing and exporting country. In this regard, Second Deputy Speaker, I would like also to mention that cotton, as one of the cash crops, has got a lot of potential to contribute to our GDP. The government is doing everything it can to make sure that cotton contributes to our GDP. But this is a crop, Second Deputy Speaker, that has got a beautiful value chain from cultivation actually to garment manufacturing, marketing and distribution. I would like to implore the government and the Minister of Agriculture to make sure that we invest a lot in cotton farming, to make sure that instead of exporting raw materials, raw cotton, we're able to do the value chain, value addition, and to make sure that our people are also employed, to make sure that we don't export our jobs outside the country. On the same, Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to commend the government for the special economic zones, which are a hub of development for our country. And I would like to remind also, Second Deputy Speaker, that last time I spoke in this House, I also lamented that out of the 4 cities, Zomba was not accorded the opportunity to have a special economic zone. I would like to ask again, through the Minister of Industrialization and Trade, that we include Zomba also to have their own product that can also harness to make sure that we also add value to the people of Zomba. Second Deputy Speaker, mining is another area where we can also contribute significantly to our economic development. We have noted with concern, Second Deputy Speaker, that there's a lot of uncoordinated mining and also illegal mining for that matter. We are happy that His Excellency the President in his address has directed that the issuance of all types of licenses be banned, and also banning of export of raw materials until the review of legal and regulatory framework is done. This is very important because in most of our constituencies, people are coming from outside and pay little kwajas to our sisters, our brothers who are mining on the river banks. We are not benefiting as a country, but with this ban, we expect that the people of Malawi are going to benefit from the minerals that we have in our country. It's high time, Second Deputy Speaker, that we started to beneficiate some of these minerals for the country to benefit instead of people from outside benefiting from our minerals. Turning to transport, Second Deputy Speaker, it's not a secret that our country's roads are in a deplorable state because the previous government was very negligent in maintaining our roads. I'm happy that yesterday the Minister of Transport assured us in this house, road, Second Deputy Speaker, you have traveled on that road, you cannot travel on that road at 10 kilometers per hour. You are supposed to drive very slowly because of the gullies that are there on that road. I'm very happy that our president has taken that seriously. The previous administration did not maintain that road for 5 years. Second Deputy Speaker, the longevity of our roads is also dependent on the load that the roads carry. On this regard, Second Deputy Speaker, it's very important that we take away some of the load from these roads and put them on rail. And this is what the DPP government is doing by connecting the northern region to the southern region so that some load can also be taken off the roads and be put on the rail. This is very important because we know what the rail system has done to other countries elsewhere. In the West, for example, the transportation in the West is seamless, including the transportation of cargo as well as passengers. Very seamless. You don't see the borders between the different countries. And this is where we need to go, Second Deputy Speaker, to strengthen our railway system. I'm very passionate about the railway system because we know what it has done in as far as the development of the West is concerned. In this regard, I would like to ask our minister to expedite the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with our neighbors to make sure that the Nakara corridor benefits our country. Second Deputy Speaker, turning to education, I would like to also join the chorus to everybody who has spoken before me in thanking Professor Peter Mutharika for the free secondary education. Second Deputy Speaker, it's not a secret that the number of beneficiaries that are going to need support, especially for loans, in tertiary education is going to increase. And therefore, I've also noted with happiness that Professor Peter Mutharika has increased the number of beneficiaries that are going to benefit from the loans for their bursaries.
Honorable member, please hold on. The honorable member standing from my far left, why are you standing? Honorable member, continue.
Second Deputy Speaker, in this regard, I would like to commend the President for increasing the number of beneficiaries for bursaries and as far as the free tertiary education is concerned. He also promised that he will come to Zomba Central, Zomba City South constituency to look at Magumba Secondary School. I would like to report that he came and also inspected the school. Just to remind the minister.
Hands.
So, there are two things, Honorable Deputy Minister. It's either you withdraw the statement or you provide the evidence. Thank you. Continue debate, Honorable Deputy Minister.
Lady Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, I said other governments. I did not say the previous government. I said there have been governments who wanted to sell us. So if one of our best musicians in this country, the late Matafale, once said, "Yamkwa na mguo, muleke na vale." But for me, if they feel that fits them, they can get it. But for me, I said other governments. And I will tell you, the point that I was trying to emphasize on is, the DPP government is the leadership that has done a lot of developments for the people of Likoma. Previously,
the Honorable Deputy Minister has got a few minutes to wind up. I will recognize you after him.
I can give you evidence, Madam Speaker, to say that DPP government is always there for the people of Likoma and has always stood with the people of Likoma. I'll give you an example to say before multi-party government, there was no hospital or any clinic belonging to government in Likoma. There was no school, or even a primary school. The primary schools which we had all belonged to Anglican, and even the hospitals all belonged to Anglican. We praise the Lord that in 1994, people of Malawi voted for change. And it was the time of UDF that we started seeing government schools. And it's the DPP government which started bringing about health posts which belong to government. So when people of Likoma say the other governments don't like them, it's something which is tangible. And in 1970s, the first president of this country wanted to relocate people of Likoma. Our ancestors were told to move out of Likoma to Nkota. So when we say these things, that's one of the evidence. They can go and check that their first president of their party once time wanted to move the people of Likoma out of Likoma, so that we don't know what they wanted to do with the island. We don't know what they wanted to do with the islands when their first president wanted the people of Likoma. No, my time, I think, no. My time is still allowed. I still have time. They disturbed me. So they can go and check that evidence if they want more evidence. So what I'm saying is, the SONA that the president gave to the people of Malawi in this house, it's a SONA that for a long time people of Malawi were missing. People of Malawi were being told lies in SONAs. At a time like this one, we were told, for instance, the people of Likoma were told that there are 24 police houses constructed in Likoma. While there was not even a plan for a house, there was completely nothing, and up to today, those houses, we don't know where they built them. This SONA has pledged to the people of Likoma that we shall have Likoma Activity Center. Likoma Island, being an island, is there for tourism. So we...
Honorable members from my far left. Honorable VP MCP. Can we have order to my left?
No, I can assure you, Madam Deputy Speaker, that you will have order on this house. We respect the decorum of the house.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Consider winding up, Honorable Deputy Minister. Thank you.
Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, as I'm concluding, I would like to urge the youth of this country, the women of this country, that here Dad has come back for them. He has trusted us, the young people, to be part of his cabinet. And again, he has also provided 100 million to the women, 100 women to the youth. And there's also 50 million for sports development. This is the only president who has realized that youth are not just for sports. Those who are interested in sports, let them have 50 million in each constituency, and we develop the sports. But the young people need to have something to do. As they develop their skills through the colleges, they can also do entrepreneurship. So we therefore ask the people of Likoma and all over Malawi, our young people, to take advantage of this, because this could not be there. NIF was not that effective, but this 100 million is going to develop this country. With these few remarks, Madam, I would like to support the SONA. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members from my far right, we don't greet in the chamber. We just say here, 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 here. Yeah, we don't shake hands. We don't shake hands when a member was holding the floor and just finished, we go and shake hands. Then we will not have time to do business in the chamber. Thank you. I recognize honorable member for Chitipa.
Chitipa Chendo.
Honorable member, you have the floor. You are starting at 1509. You will end at 1519, 1520. You have the floor, honorable.
Right Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. On behalf of the people of Chitipa Chendo, I stand to contribute on the honor made by His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika on 13th February 2026. Madam Deputy Speaker, Madam, from a pure objective angle, the speech in general is superb, was superb. Why I'm saying so is because of its brevity, clarity, thoughtfulness, and flow of ideas. The 40-minute speech did not make members of parliament to doze. And I hope this is the beginning that in future sonars we'll keep on having shorter sonars because concentration is easier in that way. So the APM of 2014 and 2019 is very different from the APM of 2025, and we congratulate him for that. Madam Deputy Speaker, the people of Chisenga, Kairizi, Iwuluma, Chendo, Zambwe, Lufita, and Mwanga, and Chendo in general, are very thankful for the fact that the President and his government have finally put sanity in the mining industry. We have minerals in my constituency, but what was happening, only God knows. And we're thankful that at least there is sanity, and we hope what the President has stated in his speech will come to pass. Secondly, we also appreciate the fact that the Rumpinyika-Chitipa Road has been mentioned on page 18. This road has been used for campaign by almost all the previous governments, but it has never come to pass. The Nyika-Chitipa Road falls under the heading additionally. I'm a bit worried, Madam Deputy Speaker, because there are 5 priority roads, and then there's a statement in between. Additionally, my government will upgrade the following. I don't know how to interpret this, additionally, whether it's number 9 or funds permitting, I don't know. We need clarification from the concerned ministry. We're also glad, the people of Chendo are glad, the fact that the President has acknowledged the challenges which have to do with expired IDs. Madam Deputy Speaker, Madam, why should my membership as a Malawian expire before I die? Why should the government spend money? Is this a necessary expenditure? Really? Something needs to be done so that we adopt a model which will make us be identified as Malawians without necessarily having our expired IDs, our IDs expired, because it's embarrassing. You go to the bank and they tell you your ID has expired. something needs to be done if possible, and I know APM has the capacity to do that. We also appreciate the board decision to commence feasibility studies for the rail expansion from Central Region to Northern Region. This is a commendable step, and I know with the new APM we are now seeing this will come to pass, and we look forward to that. Madam Deputy Speaker, Madam, you gave me 10 minutes. APM spoke for 40 minutes, isn't it 2 hours? I'll also summarize by saying, with these few remarks, I support this honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable, for saving time. I now recognize Honorable Member for Blantyre North, Lilongwe Mude. Lilongwe Mude. Lilongwe Mude. Those two in that order. Honorable Member, you have the floor. Honorable Member for Long. Honorable Member, you may wish to move to the next mic.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for offering the people of Blantyre North this rare opportunity to add our voice on the SONA, which was graciously delivered in this August House by His Excellency Professor Athavulirana, the State President of the Republic of Malawi. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, going through the SONA, one cannot help but agree that indeed this is a return to a proven leadership. No time wasting by beating about the bush, but straight to the point with precision. Bravo, APM. Coming to the SONA, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to start with agriculture and food security. Firstly, let me thank the State President for taking a bold decision to buy maize from Zambia. This move helped to reduce the price of maize, which was hovering around 100,000 to 38,000. I vividly recall that around this time last year, a 50 kg bag of maize was being sold around 110,000 per bag. People were fighting for Madea, while others were eating jidete. Now, this is water under the bridge with the coming of Professor Athavulirana. Bravo, the President. While I'm still talking about food security, let me repeat that. Let me report to this House that some gardens in my constituency were damaged by the prolonged dry spell which we experienced in Blantyre North for over 2 weeks. I therefore humbly request the Minister of Agriculture to consider assisting the affected families with maize seeds and fertilizer in order to allow them to embark into winter farming. Cassava cuttings and sweet potato chunks can be also of paramount importance to avert hunger. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I was excited to hear the President assuring Malawians that they should expect a better and much improved delivery of affordable fertilizer program this coming year. We have no reason to doubt it because hearing him declaring this, knowing that APM do what he promises and never promise what he cannot do. There was a time Madam Second Deputy Speaker, when people in my constituency used to access the subsidized fertilizer in May, and I don't know what was it for. Was it for drying the maize or what? Because it was in April, in May. And Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to say the truth, some of us, we were worried and we didn't expect that the percentage of distribution will reach 65%. Because this government came into power in October and the procurement started in November. This is a miracle. This is a performing government. I would also want to urge the Minister of Agriculture to make the system watertight. The identification of beneficiaries should be looked into. This year, some beneficiaries were removed from the list despite being properly identified. This was done by some scrupulous agriculture extension workers, some VDC members, and even some chiefs. This year, I propose that the scanning should be done in the presence of all identified members. I like what was happening, whereby some extension workers just collected the IDs and do the scanning somewhere. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to finish with the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security by pleading with the Minister to open Ndega selling point and Bire selling point this year, because what really happened this year, these two places, the Ndega selling point and the Bire selling point, were not opened. Hence, people from surrounding these areas were forced to walk long distances to access the subsidized fertilizer. Now let me turn to the Minister of Infrastructure and the Roads. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I was very excited to learn that the upgrading of Lilangwi, Chingale, Machinga Road will continue. Honorable Leader of the House and the Minister of Transport, convey our message to His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika that his Lord, the Lord which he presided over, is groundbreaking. In Jin's Primary School stored for 6 years. I mean 6 years. Now that he is back in office, people in Blantyre North are expecting the work to be finished, and it is only right and proper for him to open the road. They say, Katumba katambe, ama maswa nditambe emwe. Meaning to say, he is the one who started it, and he is the one who is going to finish it. Madam Deputy Second Speaker, now let me comment on the free secondary education. Indeed, it is true that when the state president declared that secondary school education will be free, there were many doubting Thomases who used to say, Sizingatege is high. This is not possible, but some of us who have known and worked with the APM knew that this was a done deal. Now our children attend classes at Lilangwi, Ndega, Chinamvu, Chivumbe, Namikasi, Libeki, without paying anything. This is a great move. Someone stood here and said, students are paying, talking about the boarding schools. But in my constituency, we don't know, these secondary schools I've mentioned are community-day secondary schools where students are not paying anything. And this has removed the pressure on members of parliament. In the past, I used to get more than 50 phone calls asking for school fees. Now, APM has paid for them, and I'm just moving around in the constituency freely.
Honorable member, you have 2 minutes to go.
Already? Let me comment on the CDF. This is a game changer. Our constituencies will never be the same. But somehow, I feel that members of parliament seem not to be fully involved in the whole process. It's like leaving a top goal scorer on the bench while the team is trailing. This is suicide, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Bring back Muhammad Salah in the team so that the Liverpool should win. In conclusion, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to finish by my contribution by encouraging Malawians to render their full support to Professor Athavulirana, the State President of the Republic of Malawi, for his visionary and bold plans which he has demonstrated in the SONA. I foresee a quick economic recovery, enhanced food security, end to the fuel shortage, since national fuel storage capacity will be doubled from 60 million liters to 120 million liters. Through new facilities in Blantyre, Lilongwe, and Zuzu, increased electricity generated capacity from 551 megawatts to over 1,000 megawatts. The list is endless, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I would like to express my sincere support to the SONA. May God bless Malawi. May God bless Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for Blantyre North. Honorable Member for Lilongwe Mude, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for according an opportunity for the people of Lilongwe Mude, Senior Chief Kongoni and Senior Chief Kabudula to have a floor in the House. First of all, Second Deputy Speaker.
You are starting at 1527. You will end up at 1537. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll comply to that, Second Deputy Speaker. First of all, I want to really mention it that indeed government is a continuing process. It's like a wheel that keeps on revolving even when drivers change. And the SONA that was presented in this House by His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, confirmed this. Actually, the SONA confirmed that the previous government under Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera ventured into significant development projects in this country. And the SONA mentioned the roads, the energy projects that were started by the previous government, and he is committed to see that these projects continue. And this shows maturity. Our country must move above politics. And in the same vein, we want the government, through the Ministry of Education, to give us guidance on the schools of excellence. It's a brilliant project that will actually award gifted students in this country to pursue their studies. So we really want to see government going ahead with the schools of excellence. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want also to mention on the mining sector. In Ikasia, in Kapudzama, we sit on rutile deposits, actually rutile and graphite deposits. We want to see this government coming forward with clear guidelines on how the people of Kasia, Kabudula, Kabudzama will benefit from these projects. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want to comment on free secondary education. Let us not beat about the bush here. There's no free secondary education in this country. People are still paying a lot of money, even those making noise there. Their constituents are still paying a lot of money. We urge government to go ahead and actually provide the free boarding facility as well.
Honorable member for Lilongwe Mude, please resume your seat. Honorable Deputy Leader, what has gone out of order?
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I respect the honorable member who is holding the floor. He is a learned person. I respect him for that. But for rising in this house and begin to misrepresent facts, I don't respect him. I would want him to withdraw his words, which he said, those of you making noise there, we cannot be those. We are we. Number two, we are honorable members here. He should have said honorable members, but not those of you making noise there. No, you don't do that. And I said, Second Deputy Speaker, I respect the honorable member. And I know that I think maybe it's a slip of the tongue, he's going to do that. But also, I would want him to reflect on his preamble. When he began speaking, he said that I want him to go back to his preamble, to his introduction. I would want, through you, Second Deputy Speaker, him to actually tell this nation which projects, I'm just asking, even if there is a single project which his government commenced during their 5 years, which they haven't completed, and it has come to us and we are continuing with it. Because insofar as we are concerned here, there is no single project that MCP commenced. The projects that they were actually implementing were our projects. They were our projects. We commenced them.
Thank you so much, Deputy.
The Sire Valley Agriculture Commercialization Project, that is the brainchild of His Excellency Professor Athavulirana. The 6-lane roads here, brainchild of His Excellency Professor Athavulirana. So which projects are they saying that they have commenced and we are actually proceeding with them? Which ones? So I would want him to explain to the nation which projects, a single project, which MCP left for us to commence to continue with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Leader. I would want to say that honorable members, whenever we are deliberating or presenting our views, we have to be sure that we are able to address our fellow honorable members as fellow honorable members. We do not have those people, as the honorable leader has said. We are all honorable members here. So you could have addressed them that even those honorable members making a lot of noise, their people are paying school fees. I think that is in order. So I rule that one, honorable member, out of order. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker. I'm glad you added those in your statement as well. That those honorable members making noise. Madam Deputy Speaker, I don't want to debate. I want to debate as Lilongwe Mude, not as Deputy Leader of the House. So indeed there are projects that were started by Malawi Congress Party. The project that my brother from Zomba actually mentioned, then Sipeli on the road, was started by Malawi Congress Party. And there are so many other projects, but let me debate on my own, Second Deputy Speaker, if you allow me. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in my other life, I served in the Malawi Defense Force. And I want to comment on the national security and the civil aviation safety. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I think time has come for this country to move beyond politics and handle issues that concern this country seriously. There is an issue where I lost my colleagues in the Donia that crashed in Chikangawa. We want this government. They promised that as soon as they get into this government, they'll come up with a report and people will know. Yes. We want people to know. Yes. Here. Where is the report? Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I don't want to lose more colleagues. And I want us to move into that civil aviation safety that speaks to this country. We need that, Second Deputy Speaker. Second Deputy Speaker, let me.
Honorable member for Lilongwe Nyanja, honorable members from my far right, the honorable member is contributing. Can we hear him in silence? Honorable member from Lilongwe Nyanja, your fellow member of parliament behind you is contributing. So please allow him to be heard in silence.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want to comment on the AIP. I have people at Matekwe, Kapudzama, Majiga, who have not even claimed a bag of maize, of fertilizer for AIP. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I was surprised to hear that 65% of people have actually redeemed their fertilizer. In my constituency, there are people who haven't even redeemed a bag of fertilizer. We want a report from the Ministry of Agriculture to show us which EPA has benefited and which EPA has not benefited. That way we move as a country. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we have to move as a country. We know that Central Region and Northern Region, these are food baskets. We cannot suffocate them. We need to produce so that our other colleagues can also buy from the same. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want to finish on the issue of sanitation. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we have learned that the water project in Idoa will not go ahead as of now. We want people in Doha to have answers. Why and what's the way forward? So that this sanitation goes in each and every corner of this nation. With these few remarks, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I thank you for according me an opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Point of order. Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Lilongwe. The Honorable Minister responsible for Agriculture, you have the floor. What has gone out of order?
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Is it on order for the just sat down Honorable Member to claim that in agriculture, the projects that we've implemented have benefited some regions, but not the Central and Northern region? Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this is a House of Records. That statement should only be made in this House, in this August House, by an honorable member after he has the information. If he hasn't had the information, it's better for him to come to the ministry, ask for that information. Because when I make my statement here, he will be the most embarrassed member in this House. He will be the most embarrassed member in this House. Do not make statements in this House, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, if you don't have the information. He's not asking for information, but he's making claims for which he has no evidence. I'll bring the statement here, I'll bring the evidence, and Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I ask your office that I should bring the names here I'll bring them. It's not good for this House and Madam Second Deputy Speaker. It's not in order for any member of this House to come here and make claims for which they have no evidence.
Please, Honorable Minister, hold
They
on.
can ask a question.
Yeah, they have requested for information from the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, and the Honorable Minister is explaining, and she's committing herself to say she's coming with a ministerial statement, and you are responding. Do you want the House to move in that way? No, please, let us hear the Honorable Minister in silence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I implore, beg, and request this House that every time we are making claims, we can ask for information. That's very good, and that's why we are here. But let's not extend that to make claims that are not substantiated by the correct facts. And I commit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that in my ministerial statement for my ministry, I'll bring that information with names, with the amounts, and I hope the honorable member can absorb that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for that commitment. Honorable member, it's not an argument. You have raised your concerns, and the honorable minister will come with a statement. So, no. The honorable minister will bring the statement, and you will be able to question. I think after the ministerial statement, we allow ask. Honorable members, I wish to inform you that we have visitors from Mangochi North. Delegation from Mangochi North, would you please stand so that your members of parliament must see you? Alendo Atwaku Mangochi North.
They have gone, but I will just...
Yeah. Honorable members, I would like to remind the members of the Assembly Business Committee that there will be a business committee in the Speaker's boardroom. Honorable members, I now suspend the House for a